Good morning, it's Steve Sawyer. It's Closet Church. Make sure I've got that done right. Yeah, I do. I think so. Today is June 19th, 2019. And I want to talk about treading water today. And it was something that kind of dreamed about it last night and this morning. The dream was more fascinating than all the stuff that I can remember. But I remember when I was a child and I was learning how to swim when I was a really young boy. My instructions were pretty simple, and it was this: move your arms and legs around and keep your head above water. That's how I was taught to tread water, right? I looked on the internet this morning. There were over 9 million sites to tell people about treading water. There were 151,000 videos showing the proper way to tread water. The reality is, once you get in the water, especially if you think it's deep, you move your arms and legs around and you keep your head above water. I was stunned. Was stunned by all the stuff. That's the reality of what treading water means, right? I think everybody probably knows how to do it and figured it out on their own and got their own motion and all that stuff. The metaphor about treading water is a whole lot different, because when you talk about treading water, you hear stories about people barely being able to keep their head above water, that they're drowning in sorrow, they're drowning in debt, they're drowning in addiction, they're drowning in hopelessness, and the whole thing takes on a pretty serious negative connotation, because you never really hear somebody say, I am drowning in optimism, I am drowning in joy and happiness. Apparently the idea of drowning is a really scary thing, and treading water is just one. I mean, between being on the shore or on the edge of the pool and drowning, treading water becomes really, really important, right? Anyway, the thing I wanted to share with you is this whole idea about treading water. Because life, the pool in which we tread water, is endless. And we can only see one side of the pool, the side from which we enter. You can't see to the left, the end of the pool, the right to the end of the pool. You can't see the end of the pool when you look out. The pool is just massive, like the ocean. And one of the things that creates part of the problem is in this pool where we are treading water, most of us don't know that the pool is only a little bit deeper than standing flat-footed. In fact, everybody, no matter how tall you are, everybody can stand on their toes. Treading water is actually an option. One of the problems is that there are people in groups inside this pool that are selling lessons on this is how you tread water, this is the proper way to tread water. There are some people crying out in the wilderness that the pool is going to dry up. There's some people selling insurance policies in case but you have to accidentally drown. You can't intentionally drown and collect on the insurance policy. There are people that are fighting in the pool because they say you're in their space. There are people that will come up to you and steal handfuls of water in front of you because they want your water. Kind of silly sounding, isn't it? I think if everybody would just pay attention to treading water properly on their own, and have less to do with interfering how other people learn to tread water, things might go a whole lot easier. There are people on the edge of the pool that are waiting to come in that are terrified because they see all the activity in the pool that doesn't look very friendly. They see people fighting. fighting because, this part of the pool is my turf. And, of course, we know if you're in a pool how you pollute the water. But those people are supposed to go far off into a corner somewhere, right? Aren't they? The solution is entirely different. When we are so occupied watching people with their arms flailing and legs kicking around, it's hard to even know that you can stop, that you can reach down and touch the bottom with your toes, and that you can look around and just relax for a minute. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with treading water. It also means one of the options is you can learn to swim gracefully. You can also stand there, but the one thing that if you're flailing around, treading water, all this activity, pre-exhaustion, if you stop, you might see that there's some other people. They might be far away, they might be nearby, but if you're treading water frantically, it's really hard to see that there might be someone who has stopped treading water, is actually standing in the pool, looking around, watching everybody. I'm not sure what the real solution is, because it's not so obvious. I know when we came back from Paris, we got our flights bumped. We stood in line for customer service at American Airlines for over an hour, and then probably it took them half hour, 40 minutes just to find us another flight and to get us a ride from JFK to LaGuardia. And it's easy. It's easy to get frustrated. It's easy to feel like nothing's going to work out. But it will. You have to know that it will, because it always does. Maybe not in the way in which we had hoped. Maybe it's because we were paying attention to somebody that was selling stories about this is how you successfully tread water. Yeah, we have to figure this stuff out on our own, but we have the privilege of not flailing, and it's hard sometimes to relax. Like right now, I am so not relaxed because I haven't been here with you guys for 3 weeks. Nervous to get on? Shoot, yeah. Anyway, I don't know why it seemed important, but just to go over the basics of it again. Obviously, the real thing about treading water is to keep from drowning. And as complicated as some people make it, if you move your arms and legs around, keep your head above water, you're going to be okay. The metaphors about drowning in sorrow, drowning in debt, drowning in confusion, drowning in fear, it's a lot harder to figure out how to keep your head above water when we're dealing with things besides the real pool. I don't think I have any real solutions, but I know people who are suffering and have suffered greatly from fear, pain, exhaustion, bad decisions. But there is one. It is just one pool. It's all we've got. And the people that are fighting, saying this is my turf, and selling all kinds of stories on, if you don't tread water this way, then you're going to make the true lifeguard unhappy. I mean, God, there are people that are saying the pool was created in 7 days. And there are other people that say there is no lifeguard. I mentioned this a couple of months ago. Most of you guys probably know James Taylor, the musician. And one of my favorite lines in music that's ever been written, he wrote, "The secret of life is enjoying the passage of time." Maybe we can say the secret of life is enjoying treading water. I don't have any idea. Life's good. It's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy, but life is good. And I have missed being with all of you, and I look forward to trying to ride in the saddle again on a regular basis. And Paris was awesome. Barcelona was great. My daughter's wedding was absolutely fabulous, and my children are the coolest people on the planet. And that's mostly because their mom is like the one. She's just the coolest of all. Anyway, it's so nice to see people that are here. Kathleen, Michael, David, Tina. I don't know if you guys are still here. Ruth, Fanta, Frank, Michelle, Charles, Randy. Anyway, guys, it's nice to be here. Look forward to talking with you, hopefully often. So thank you. Love you. Bye.